This is a bombshell. Commanders, what just happened with Marshawn Lattimore has us all on the edge of our seats. This star talent isn't just here to boost our secondary. He's showing that Washington means business. Are you ready to see how this four-time Pro Bowler could change the team's destiny? Because with him on the field, the playoff chances are more alive than ever. Stick around till the end to get all the epic details. But it's not all good news. Lattimore's arrival spells trouble for Emmanuel Forbes Jr. This move blindsided everyone and practically buries him on the bench. The former first-round pick is being pushed aside, and now the questions are swirling. Is this the end of his time in Washington? Will he get a chance at redemption, or is his time up? It's a tense situation, and the impact of this decision reaches far beyond what we expected. Don't miss this reveal. And as if that weren't enough, F. Obata has also been released to make room for Lattimore. This defensive line vet, known for his persistence and versatility, has been a key player across multiple spots. Does this mean Washington is planning a completely revamped defense? Stay tuned and find out how this move shakes up the roster and the team's future plans. You won't want to miss a thing. So, what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, and stay updated with all the latest on the team. The Commanders season is about to explode. Washington Commanders just made a huge play, folks. Yes, you heard me right. This is a true game changer in the league. They've locked down a Pro Bowl heavyweight, Marshawn Lattimore, an elite cornerback coming over from the New Orleans Saints. And I ask you this, is this exactly what the team needs to elevate their defense and become a serious contender? I say, this isn't just a move, it's a statement. Think about it, Lattimore, a four-time Pro Bowler with a 5-year, $97.6 million extension since 2021, comes with a price tag that not everyone is willing to pay. But here's the kicker, Washington not only had the cap space available, they were ready to take the leap. With $25 million in cap space before this deal, they now have just $605,000 left for 2024. This move shows some brilliant financial strategy. But I ask you, isn't this exactly the kind of aggressive strategy we've all been asking for from Washington? Now, let's talk about this contract for Lattimore. Listen up, it's set at $18 million for 2025 and goes up to $18.5 million in 2026. And that's a bargain for a player of his caliber. But what does it really mean? If Lattimore fits well into our system and performs at the level we're all expecting, Washington could renegotiate and extend this deal. I'm telling you, this isn't just a gamble, it's an opportunity to lock in an elite defender long-term. How many teams can say that? I'd say not many. And for those saying Washington shouldn't spend this much on defense, I ask you, where else do we need to invest? With $104 million in cap space for 2025, Washington has the flexibility to move aggressively in free agency and further strengthen the team. That kind of maneuverability is pure gold in today's NFL. So here's the big question. Is this the move that takes us to the next level? I believe we're witnessing the start of a new era in Washington, one where investments are made with both smarts and long-term vision. But now I ask you, fans, do you think bringing in Lattimore is the move that takes us to the playoffs and beyond? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So the news of the day is Marshawn Lattimore joining the Washington Commanders? This is a bold move, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you something. How long have we been waiting for a move like this? A long, long time. With Lattimore, we're talking about one of the best corners in the league, a true shutdown guy in man-to-man coverage, who's now going to strengthen our defensive scheme alongside strategist Dan Quinn and coordinator Joe Wick Jr. This is a statement like few others we've seen. Now, let me ask you this. What does Lattimore's arrival mean for a player like Emmanuel Forbes Jr.? He was drafted with high expectations, let's not forget that. But we've already seen that he's lacking that spark, that's something needed to go up against the best wideouts. Still, the new front office wanted to give him another shot this season, and now, here we are, facing a change that puts his future with the Commanders in jeopardy. And honestly, does anyone really think that with Lattimore in the mix, Forbes is going to find a spot? Because I'll tell you this, the outlook doesn't look good for him. This trade for Lattimore has shaken the league and the team. Benjamin St. just now moves to a secondary role, which suits him much better, and young guys like Mike Sainristil are back in their natural positions. But Forbes, oh Forbes! He's been completely pushed down the depth chart. So what can we do with him? There's talk that he could be useful as a kick returner, But honestly, that's a huge step back for a guy who was a first-round investment. Here's another question for you. What does this say about past draft decisions? I'll tell you this, Lattimore's acquisition is proof of how new GM Adam Peters is completely turning the team's strategy around. We're talking about a mindset shift, a future-focused vision that puts the team's success above all else. There's no room for mistakes from the Ron Rivera era anymore. Now, here's what I see. This move not only strengthens our defense, but it sends a clear message to the league. The Commanders are here to compete, and they're ready for whatever comes. Lattimore isn't just a great player, he represents a new era in Washington. The era of smart bets, strategic reinforcements, and victory. And here's my final challenge to you. Do you think this trade was the best move for the Commanders? Should we have given up on Forbes, or was it time to take a risk on a proven player like Lattimore? I'm reading your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think. Alright, Commanders fans. Big news today, and there's no sugarcoating it. They've released defensive lineman F. Obata. Yep, you heard that right. After all the miles Obata has traveled to get to this point, Washington has made the decision to cut him loose. The big question is, why? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Let me tell you something. I think this move isn't just any typical adjustment. It's a statement. Why let Obata go now? Well, it's clear they're clearing the way for none other than Marshon Lattimore, the newly acquired cornerback in today's trade. Now, here's my question to you. Do you think this was the right decision? Look, Obata's career deserves respect. From signing with the Cowboys in 2015 to moving through the Chiefs, Falcons, Panthers, Bills, and finally Washington, this man has fought for every opportunity. But with the Commanders, his time was limited. This season, we only saw Obata in 4 games, and yes, he recorded 3 tackles, but was that enough? I'll tell you this, no, it wasn't, at least not for the level this team needs to reach. By releasing Obata, the message is loud and clear. Washington is betting on a faster, more effective defense with Lattimore on board. Now, let's think about this. What does Lattimore's acquisition mean for the team? Because Lattimore is no ordinary player. This guy has the ability to reinforce a defense that, let's be honest, has shown some cracks in recent games. Sometimes I wonder, aren't the Commanders really building a defense where everyone has something to prove? A defense that doesn't just hold its ground, but, with players like Lattimore, can start dictating the pace of the game. That's what excites me. And here's the reflection, because you know I've got to leave you with something to think about. Could this move be exactly what the Commanders needed to take a different direction? Releasing a veteran like Obata and bringing in someone of Lattimore's caliber could indicate that Washington is ready to stop being a team of promises and become one of results. So, I ask you, do you think Lattimore will be the missing piece to the Commanders' defense? Because for me, this move has all the makings of the start of something big. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with releasing Obata, or do you think Washington should have given him more opportunities? Let me know in the comments. Commanders fans, the big question now is, do you think bringing in Lattimore is the definitive move we need to make it to the playoffs and, who knows, beyond? Don't hold back. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you think about this new addition and how it could impact our team. But that's not all. Here comes the bigger challenge. Do you think this trade was the best move for the Commanders? Or do you believe we rushed into letting go of Forbes, and should we have taken a risk on a proven talent like Lattimore? Share your perspective and join the debate on this game-changing move. And finally, I want to hear from you, passionate fans. Do you support the decision to release Obata, or do you think Washington should have given him another shot to prove his worth? Your voice matters, and here in our community, every opinion counts. So, if you're someone who lives and breathes every game, hit that subscribe button and become part of this amazing Commanders family. Don't miss out on any analysis, any news, and join us every step of the way this season. And remember, hail to the Redskins!